Former President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton, is planning to visit Nigeria ahead of February 16 presidential election. Clinton is expected to arrive in Nigeria a day before the presidential election. Bill Clinton will meet with President Muhammadu Buhari, who is the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress, and the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. The report also said that Clinton will return to his country the same day after the meeting to allow the two political leaders cast their vote. President Buhari is expected to exercise his franchise at his home state, Katsina State, Daura local government area, while Atiku Abubakar will cast his vote in Adamawa State, Ganye local government area of the state. The head of ECOWAS Observer Mission for Nigerian 2019 general election, former Liberia President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, has arrived in the country. Sirleaf said the mission was in Nigeria for peaceful and successful election. She made the promise while she was received by the Vice President of ECOWAS Commission, Mrs. Farida Koroman, at the presidential wing of Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. She was also received by other members of the Commission and some representatives of the ECOWAS Parliament. On a mission to Nigeria, she said, "I hope to meet with the political leaders. I want to be able to understand the role I have to play to make sure that I'm well prepared to carry out the function." The former Liberian president also said she will share the finding of her earlier mission and consult with those who had been on ground.
Acting Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu says that community policing strategy will drive policing functions under his leadership in the force. Speaking at the decoration ceremony of newly appointed Deputy Inspector Generals of Police at the Force Headquarters Abuja, Adamu said Community Policing Implementation Policy Steering Committee will soon be set up to drive the process.
Let me clearly emphasize that policing standards and practices have to change in Nigeria if only we want to restore citizens' trust and attain our mandate in the most effective manner. We therefore need to re-strategize and take the police back to the community. We have to also evolve new thoughts and embrace new orientation as a police organization to work with the citizens, neighborhood, with the citizen, with neighborhood and other strategic security actors as a pathway towards addressing communal crimes. Henceforth, therefore, community policing strategy shall drive policing functions at all levels under my leadership, and I look forward to working with the new force management team towards giving effect to this policing vision. Indeed, in the coming days, a community policing implementation steering committee Community Policing Steering Committee will be composed of citizen Nigerians and experts on community policing will be inaugurated to support us in driving this process.
The police boss said his administration will be predicated on two critical principles, which is clear policing vision and identification of intellectual capabilities that will help him run an effective police force.
No organization rises above the quality, competence, and dedication of its management team, as well as the depth of the goals set for the organization. It is in line with this reality that the emphasis of my leadership is predicated on two critical principles. First is to define a clear policing vision and strategy that will guide my leadership in dealing with internal security threats, with prioritization being on the upcoming general election and highly organized crime that have national security consequences. Secondly is to identify and in place sound professional and intellectual minds to support me in giving effect to the strategies towards attaining my policing vision.
On his part, Chairman of the Police Service Commission, IGP Musliu Smith retired, while delivering his address, assured the police management of the support of the Commission in effective service delivery, while charging the newly appointed officers to do everything possible to reposition the force for effectiveness.
I want to assure the Inspector General of Police management team, officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force that the Police Service Commission, under my leadership, will continue to give selfless, fair, and fearless service to the police and to our country and their country, Nigeria.
From Abuja, I am Festus Ejiroge Nefifen for Ben Television.
The Commissioner of Accident Investigation Bureau, AIB, Akin Olateru, says the agency will release a parliamentary report explaining the crash of the helicopter conveying Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and 11 others. Olateru, the Chief Executive Officer, in the statement says there will be no need for speculation as reports will be ready in a matter of days. The Accident Investigation Bureau, AIB, is an agency of government created under the Civil Aviation Act 2006 with a clear mandate to investigate air accidents and serious incidents. The Commissioner therefore appreciates the professionalism of the rescue team without recording any casualty or injury. And he also used the opportunity to solicit for the help of the public to assist them with relevant evidence and information that will assist them with investigation. From Abuja, Osadari Zedami reporting.
National Universities Commission (NUC) has presented provisional licenses to 4 new private universities to commence academic programs. Executive Secretary of NUC, Professor Abubakar Rashid, during the presentation in Abuja, said the 4 universities had been under scrutiny since 2006. The universities are Greenfield University, Dominion University, Trinity University, and Westland University. The Executive Secretary underscored the need to increase the number of universities in the country, taking into consideration the country's 200 million population.
Only less than 6% of the total enrollment are currently in private universities. Just 5.6% as at the beginning of last year. And we hope and pray that we shall work closely with you to ensure that we introduce courses that are more attractive to prospective students and that will ultimately be more appropriate for our current move towards repositioning university education in Nigeria.
Minister of Education Malam Adamu Adamu, represented by JAMB Registrar Professor Ishak Oloyede, in his address, said the emergence of private universities had provided an environment for heavy competition that stimulates improvement in quality service delivery.
Today's ceremony is clear manifestation of the continued mutual partnership between the government and the private sector in the provision of quality education in Nigeria. This event is taking place barely 6 months after a license was issued to a private university approved by the federal government on the 9th of May 2018, i.e. the Skyline University in Kano. The issues of access to university education continues to pose serious challenge and therefore requires continual effort to pose, it continues to pose serious challenge and therefore requires continued efforts to address. With the approval of the 4 private universities, we intend to further address the issues of access to university education.
With the approval, Nigeria now has 79 private universities and a total of 173 universities in general. In Abuja, LM Chukwemeka reports.
Barely 2 months after the redeployment of 103 senior officers, including top generals, in the war against the insurgents in the northeast, the Nigerian Army again redeploys at least 15 generals and 1 colonel. Army spokesman Brigadier General Sani Osman did not give immediate reasons for the latest redeployment. Among those redeployed include Mohammed as the Grand Officer Commanding of 1 Division Nigerian Army to the headquarters of the Nigerian Army Signal Corps as the commander. Major General C.T. Olukoju was transferred from Signal Corps as commander to the newly created Nigerian Army Simulation Center with headquarters in Abuja as DG. U.S. Yakubu is now Corps Commander, Nigerian Army Corps of Artillery headquarters. Major General Cyril Agulana was moved to the Nigerian Army Resource Center as Senior Research Fellow. Major General Farouk Yahaya, who was Military Secretary Army, has been posted to 1 Division Nigerian Army. Major General Farouk Yahaya, who was Military Secretary Army, has been posted to 1 Division Nigerian Army as the new Grand Officer Commanding, while Major General A.R. Bakare is now the new Chief of Army Accounts and Budget. Colonel E.C. Obiosang was also transferred from Defense Headquarters to Nigerian Army Special Forces Command and appointed Chief of Staff.
The Deputy State Governor of Adamawa State, Alhaji Martins Babali, takes a new dimension with a later Hesse constitution defection from the All Progressive Congress (APC) to the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Babali's recent travail emerged after Bindom banned him from attending the party's statewide campaign due to what was attributed the deputy governor allegedly winning popularity. Meanwhile, the Director of Press, Sam Gangwaja, dismissed the allegation, noting that it was the handwork of mischief makers who, according to him, were hell-bent to cause trouble where there is none. He further says that the deputy governor will never leave the party he painstakingly helped to build as a founding father, and that the deputy governor will remain in APC to ensure his progress as a true loyal party man.
As Nigerians go to the poll for the 2019 general election, there are a lot of concern by the advocacy groups and international community for the government and Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to provide a level playing ground for a credible, fair, and free election. One individual, Korede Balogun, who has taken it upon himself to educate the electorate on the power of the PVC and for the people not to sell their vote, but to vote their conscience. In an interview with Ben TV correspondent Adeniyi Ifetayo in Lagos, Balogun said that he had decided to gather power bikers together to educate electorate on the procedure on how to get their PVC and to vote for their conscience.
And we came up with this initiative, which is tagged the power of PVC ride. It's about sensitizing people and telling them about PVC by telling people to go get their PVCs. We started in February to tell people to get registered. We now think after we must have done that, we must have done a half-done job by telling people to go and register. We decided to take it a bit more further to make them understand they need to get the PVC, they collect it, and use it wisely. That is why we are doing this, just to get people informed, not for them to feel their vote won't count. They need to perform their civic duty, they need to vote their conscience, and we see election as an exam which the electorate want to take. And if you have to really consider it, no one is really preparing them for the exam they are about to sit for. So we have taken upon ourselves that we want to sensitize and educate and lecture and tutor the electorate so that they can know what to do when they get to the polling booths, so that they can vote their conscience, vote right, and don't sell their votes.
He said he has launched this advocacy power or PVC, which have been endorsed by INEC in Lagos, Ogun, and Abuja as his plan to take it across the country. He also enjoyed the electorate not to sell their vote.
The fact here is politicians will always want to buy vote from people, and they will always buy votes. But they will always buy PVC from people because sometimes they want to reduce most of the people that will contest, that will vote. That is why they want to reduce it. So we are making the populists realize, the electorates realize that they don't have any reason to sell their vote because they've been selling before now and things have not been working in the country. So that is why we are sensitizing them, we are preparing them.